Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to Simple English Stories. Today, I want to talk about something very close to many of us. It's the problem of being busy. Life today feels so fast, doesn't it? We wake up in the morning, and suddenly the whole day is full. Work, family, studies, responsibilities, problems. We run from one thing to another. Sometimes at night, we sit in bed and think, oh no, I wanted to practice English today, but I didn't have time. Maybe you feel this way too. Maybe you have a job, or maybe you're a student. Maybe you are a parent taking care of your children. Or maybe you are doing 2 or 3 things at the same time. Life is busy. But still, deep in your heart, you want to learn English. You want to speak fluently. You want to understand movies without subtitles. You want to talk to people from other countries. You want English to open doors for you. And the big question is, how can a busy person really learn English? That is what I want to talk about with you today. I also had the same problem. When I first started learning English, I thought I needed a lot of time. I thought I needed to sit at a desk with big books for hours and hours. But my life didn't give me those hours. I had school, I had work, I had other things to do. And many times, I almost gave up. I told myself, maybe English is not for me. Maybe I will never have enough time. But slowly, step by step, I discovered something very powerful. You don't need long hours. You just need small, smart habits. And if you do them every day, even with the busy life, your English will grow. Let me share with you the habits and the lessons I learned through stories from my own journey. I remember one evening, I came home late from work. I was very tired. I sat on my bed, and I felt guilty because the whole day I didn't touch my English book. I thought, how will I ever improve like this? But then something happened. I opened my phone, and I listened to one short English story. It was only 5 minutes. That's it. And you know what? I learned 3 new words that day. From that moment, I understood. Learning does not always mean 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Even 5 minutes is powerful if you use it well. So my first message to you is, use the small moments. When you wait for the bus, listen to English. When you cook, play an English podcast. When you walk to the shop, repeat English sentences in your head. These small moments are golden. They look small, but together they become big, just like drops of water that make an ocean. Another story. When I was a student, I had to travel to my university every day. It took about 40 minutes by bus. At first, I just stared out the window. I wasted that time. But later, I started carrying small English notes. Sometimes it was vocabulary, sometimes it was a short paragraph. And during the ride, I would read it. People around me probably thought I was crazy, but I didn't care, because every day, those 40 minutes became my classroom. And here's the funny part. Many of my friends said, we don't have time to study English. But I was using the same bus ride as them, and I was learning. That's the secret. The time is already in your life. You just have to catch it. Another thing I discovered is the power of connection. I had a friend, also learning English. We were both busy, but we made a simple rule. Every day, we would send each other one message in English. Only one. Sometimes it was a sentence like, I am eating dinner now. Sometimes it was, today I feel tired. Very simple. But every day it forced us to think in English. And after a few months, I saw a huge change. My mind started to move in English more naturally. So my second message is, find small daily connections in English. You don't need a long conversation every day. Even one sentence, one message, one note to yourself is powerful. Now let me talk about another important point. Many people think they need to study very hard with grammar books and tests. Of course, grammar is important, but when you are busy, sometimes grammar can feel heavy, boring, and tiring. So I found another way. I started to use English in the things I already liked. For example, I loved music, so I listened to English songs and I tried to understand the lyrics. I loved stories, so I read very simple English books, even children's books. I loved movies, so I watched movies, sometimes with subtitles, sometimes without. Because of this, I didn't feel like I was studying. I felt like I was enjoying life, but in English. And that kept me motivated even when I was busy. So my third message is connect English to the things you already love. Don't fight your busy life. Add English into the life you already have. I also want to tell you about mistakes. Many times I felt discouraged because I made mistakes. I tried to speak and people laughed, or I forgot a word, or I used wrong grammar. But later, I realized mistakes are not a problem. Mistakes are proof that I am learning. Every mistake is a teacher. So even if you are busy, don't be afraid to make mistakes in the little time you have. Don't wait for perfect. Use your English now. Speak, write, listen, read. Even if it's not perfect, it's progress. One of my favorite habits was journaling. Every night before sleeping, I wrote 2 or 3 sentences in English about my day. Something simple like, "Today I worked a lot. I am tired but happy. Tomorrow I will call my friend." That's it. Just 3 sentences. It took only 2 minutes. But after 6 months, I had a notebook full of English. And when I looked back, I felt proud. That is the fourth message. Keep a tiny English journal. It doesn't matter how short. It will make you practice every day. And here's the last thing I want to share. When I was learning, sometimes I compared myself to others. I saw people who spoke very fast, very fluently, and I felt small. I thought, I will never reach there. But later, I realized everybody has their own journey. Some people have a lot of time, some people study in expensive schools, but me, I was busy and I had only small time. Still, I could grow step by step. So my last message is, don't compare. Just continue. Even if you only do 5 minutes a day, it is your 5 minutes, and it will add up. My friend, I want to remind you today, you are not too busy for English. You just need to change your perspective. Think small. Think daily. Think enjoyable. English is not only in the classroom, English is in your bus ride, your kitchen, your music, your phone, your journal, your conversations. If you invite English into your busy life, little by little, you will grow. And one day you will look back and you will be surprised. You will say, wow, I did it. Even with my busy life, I became better. I believe in you, and I hope my stories and tips today give you hope and direction. Thank you for spending your busy time with me today. This is Simple English Stories, and I am happy to share my journey with you. Remember, keep learning, keep smiling, and never give up.